Hello and welcome to episode 22 of Cartoon Fight Club. As usual, if you are new to this series, I recommend watching one of my earlier episodes. But if you know how the game is played, then let's get ready for the fight. For tonight's battle, we are going to pit the two most famous arcade animatronics, Freddy Fazbear and Chuck E. Cheese. These two will finally face it off to the death. That being said, let's introduce Cartoon Fight Club's 22nd round of fighters. Charles Entertainment Cheese is the mascot of the Chuck E. Cheese's restaurant chain and frontman of Munch's Make-Believe Band. He spends his days hanging out with small children, dancing with small children, and feeding small children pizza. If there's two things that Chuck E. Cheese loves, it's cheese and children.
Hope you don't find the money strapped to my thigh.
Chuck E. Cheese has many different forms, from a 6-inch mouse form all the way to a 7-foot animatronic form. For tonight's battle, we are going to use Chuck E. Cheese's animatronic form to face Freddy, mainly because his mouse form stands little to no chance. Chuck E. Cheese, surprisingly, has been in more video games than Freddy Fazbear has. That's right, everybody. There are 7 licensed official Chuck E. Cheese video games, and Freddy only has 4 licensed video games. Let that sink in real quick.
Everything I know is a lie!
Chuck E. Cheese is a jack of all trades. He is a tycoon business owner, lead singer of a rock band, master chef, professional arcade basketball player, and a stand-up comedian. He has been through many adventures during his lifetime. Chuck E. Cheese is strong enough to hit home runs, skilled enough to master the art of go-karting, and with Chucky's raw strength, he will definitely have a natural talent for learning new things on the fly. Chuck E. Cheese also has a laser cannon that he can use to blast his enemies. His biggest weakness, however, is the fact that he has very little fighting experience. Sure, he has been in dangerous space missions fighting other spacecraft, but when it comes to one-on-one fist fighting, he basically has no experience at all. Chucky is also nothing more than a normal animatronic. His body breaks down all the time, and he needs repairs after doing many dances. Overall, Chuck E. Cheese is a master of many trades, extremely smart, and naturally strong, but he does lack fighting experience. Let's move on to Freddy Fazbear. Freddy has duked it out on Cartoon Fight Club before. Last time he was on here, he fought Slender Man. In that episode, I covered his backstory and his origin. For this episode, I will focus more on how he would respond to someone like Chuck E. Cheese, and I will discuss his new forms. Ever since the release of Five Nights at Freddy's 4, we learned that Freddy can take on a new form known as Nightmare Freddy. Now, Nightmare Freddy is not a physical version of Freddy, but a mental one. Freddy has gained new abilities such as setting hallucinations on his foes and short-distance teleportation. Once a victim is casted under the spell of Nightmare Freddy, there's not really any chance of escape. Freddy uses his psychic powers to mentally torture his victim and then physically kill them. Freddy is strong enough to break human skulls with his mouth and is now fast enough to travel at warp speed with his new teleportation ability. Now, the biggest challenge for Freddy is going to be the fact that he is gonna fight another animatronic. In terms of physical durability, they are going to be equal. Now, Freddy does have an immortal possessed soul, but his physical body can and does get easily damaged. Thanks to Freddy's attitude, he will also underestimate Chuck E. Cheese. This could be a huge hit to his chances of winning. Freddy believes that he is tough enough to defeat anyone with little effort. This is because he has built a high confidence from murdering humans on a daily basis. However, one positive for Freddy is that he knows how animatronics work. He knows all the weak spots and all the right places to attack. He has gained experience from all the times he has repaired himself from battle wounds. Overall, Freddy has extremely dangerous and deadly supernatural powers, but he can be easily damaged. And now, let's get ready for the fight. Tonight's battle is going to take place at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, and there is no prep time. Let the battle begin.
I know a place where a kid can be a kid. Chuck E. Cheese. Flash.
Absolutely.
I'm Chuck E. Cheese. What can I do for you?
Welcome. I will be your nightmare for the evening. So tell me, what are you afraid of?
This pizza from those pizza plants you grew? It tastes terrible. Who knew you had the magic touch for me? You up for a game of tennis after the show?
So what's your next move, victim? Will you accept your fate or try to prolong it just a little while longer? The choice is yours.
3, 2, 1, go!
I like karate.
There's only one real kid. Me. You're not asleep. This is real.
Did somebody say cheese? We owe you quite a bit of gratitude. Way to save the day. That's right. Relax. I'm sure it's just your standard costume delivery form. Well, there you go.
It's gonna be one hell of a time when I light you up and burn you to ashes. And that's the Fazbear guarantee.
Are you hungry? I've got some leftovers from yesterday. Oh, never mind. We might order something fresh.
The choice is yours.
Absolutely.
Super Mario, run game on the hose. Number one player, cause I'm scoring the most. She worked the joystick, she was taking control. Then I hit the button and it was off of the clothes.
Let's go crazy, go yeah, you naked. Let's go crazy, go yeah, you naked.
Kicking at the crib, we were chopping it up. Like a black belt, she was working the chucks. Let your hair down and take off your robe. Like a geisha, she was ready to go.
Girl, your body is like karate. Girl, your body is like karate.
Boom, 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 we were up in my room. Shorty was a bomb, we were getting it on. I did some grenades and got me a pro. She had a TNT, I'm about to explode.
You won't beat me!
Let's finish it! I'm stronger this time. You're not getting away with that! You won't beat me!
Chuck E. Cheese's may be a place where a kid can be a kid, but if you enter Freddy Fazbear's Arcade, you're going to be nothing more than a dead corpse. And that's basically what happened to Chuck E. Cheese. The main reason why Freddy won is simple. His power far surpasses any of Chucky's. Freddy is so powerful that even a rematch probably wouldn't give Chucky a chance of winning. But there is a circumstance that could give Chucky a fighting chance. That's right, if you want to see a total war between the Freddy Fazbear family and the Chuck E. Cheese rock band, comment down below the word Total War, and we will see all the Five Nights at Freddy's characters facing against all the Chuck E. Cheese characters. If this episode gets 2,000 Total War comments, there will be a Total War. Also, please comment down your ideas for future Cartoon Fight Club episodes. They may even become a future episode of Cartoon Fight Club. Stay tuned, because the next fighters are going to be revealed on the next episode of Cartoon Fight Club. The World Wide Web was invented in 1989, and it gave birth to the Memeverse. A few months ago on episode 16 of Cartoon Fight Club, Sanic and Weegee tried to fight to the death. That battle was not resolved. It's time they end it. In the blue corner, representing a bag of Doritos, I bring you Team MLG, featuring Sanic, Tails, Shadow, aka Edgy Sanic, MLG Shrek, MLG Doge, Snoop Dogg, Yee and Peak, Swagzilla, MLG Gamerhawk, No Scope Mario, Gabe Newell, and one mystery fighter. And in the red corner, representing the toilet tube of YouTube, I bring you Team YouTube Poop, featuring weegee, Malio, Walio, Waluigi, CDI Link, more Crabs, Spongebill, Morshu and Squadala, CDI Ganon, Pingus, The King, and one mystery fighter. If you want to find out who the two mystery fighters are, follow me on Twitter, Google+, or like the Animation Rewind Facebook page. I will post who the mystery fighters are there. If you thought the battle between Sanic and weegee was epic, you ain't seen nothing yet. The MLG versus YouTube Poop Total War is going to be the next episode of Cartoon Fight Club. Space versus time. Offense versus defense. Mario versus Sonic. Rosalina versus Silver. No more rematches, no more gimmicks. Two fighters, one winner. Final face-off. Welcome to episode 24 of Cartoon Fight Club. This episode is the final face-off between Rosalina and Silver. If you have not seen the Total War between Mario and Sonic, I highly recommend you do that first. But if you have seen the Total War and you know how the game is played, then let's get ready for the final face-off. Quick recap of the Total War. As you've seen in that episode, the battle at full power could not come to an end, because Rosalina would keep restarting space, but Silver would keep resetting time. In the end, two entities like that will never give in. But this time, we will feature a physical-only battle to see who is physically the better fighter, Silver or Rosalina. That being said, let's introduce Cartoon Fight Club's 24th round of fighters. Silver the Hedgehog is a time traveler from Mobius who traveled back in time to prevent the devastation of his world. He sought to save his future by stopping the actions of a traitor to the Freedom Fighter clan. Silver's main powers relies within his psychokinesis. This is his ability to manipulate the environment around him with the power of his mind. Silver is a definite master of this skill, being able to telekinetically lift and grab up to 50 tons. Silver can also use his psychokinesis on himself to enable flight at speeds that rival Sonic's. Silver's psychokinesis is a powerful force on its own. With it, he can exert enough pressure to bend meter-thick steel bars, crush robots with a single grab, and immobilize others' movements completely. When repelling objects with his psychokinesis, Silver can throw them with enough force and speed to crush metal, fly tremendous distances, and even stun enormous monsters. Additionally, Silver can use his psychokinesis to grab onto certain non-solid objects such as fireballs and certain types of energy blasts. Silver can even use his psychokinesis to repel metaphysical forces such as telekinesis and magic. Silver's psychokinesis can project pure psychic energies that manipulate into energy-based attacks such as sharp blades, pulses to strike his targets at all ranges, and even a burst of energy that could paralyze his targets. If Silver wanted to, he could really just use his psychokinesis to block and clog his enemies' blood vessels to give them heart attacks, or he could simply just slightly move your brainstem, which would give his enemies an instant stroke. Now, Silver may sound all big and bad, but don't let that fool you. Silver can be quite presumptuous and naive. He may be smart when it comes to applied sciences, but when it comes to everyday basic logic, he falls flat. He can easily be fooled, which could lead him into trouble. Also, if he overuses his psychokinesis, Silver can become extremely fatigued and even faint. His psychokinesis is limited and it quickly drains his power. Overall, Silver has enough power to instantly kill basically any of his enemies. The question becomes, is he logically applied enough to realize that? Let's move on to Rosalina. Rosalina is the adoptive mother of the Lumas and also Watcher of the Cosmos. The mysterious Rosalina lives in the Comet Observatory with the Lumas. She first traveled with them in search of their mother. Over time, Rosalina realized that she actually is guardian of the Lumas and that she possesses the ability to recreate the existence of everything. Rosalina follows a strict archetype previously set by the Stargazers as a protective lifestyle for day-to-day routines. In other words, Rosalina knows pretty much everything when it comes to protecting others. Rosalina also has a special ability known as telekinesis. Her telekinesis is very similar to Silver's psychokinesis, but at the same time, it's also extremely different. Psychokinesis literally means mind movement. It refers to the psi ability to influence the behaviors of matter by mental intention alone. Telekinesis means distant movement. It completes the same task, but offers different ways of getting it done. Basically, psychokinesis is the ability that strictly involves the mind, while telekinesis is dependent on many other factors, such as one's metaphysical status and magic. Rosalina's telekinesis is moderately strong. She can use it to lift simple things such as tennis balls or Goombas. Nothing too crazy, but she does have something in her arsenal that is crazy, and that is her force fields and shields. Rosalina has arguably some of the strongest shielding powers in fiction. She can create shields that withstand quasars, nebula typhoons, supernovas, and even black holes. The shields can protect Rosalina from pretty much any type of physical attack. Rosalina may seem like a goddess, but she is human after all. Her body does have limits, and most of her power relies on power stars. One of her biggest flaws is that she has little to no offensive fighting experience. Outside of Super Smash Bros., Rosalina only has been on a few adventures that involved her actually committing offensive tactics. Her main fighting experience mainly only comes from mere Goombas and Koopas. She has little to no skill in hand-to-hand fist fighting. Overall, Rosalina is recognized as a superhuman watchkeeper for a reason. She has unbreakable shields and a strong magical arsenal. Her biggest flaw is her lack of experience and her human limits. And now, let's get ready for the fight. This battle is going to take place in the Nebular Stadium, and it's going to occur right after the events of the Mario and Sonic Total War. This way there can be no distractions and just a one-on-one between Rosalina and Silver. Let the battle begin. Final face-off.
one, go!
Why are you getting in my way?
Give up! Take this! How's this? It's not over yet! You won't be able to move if it gets you! Charge in and hit the core! Meteor smash!
Yes!
This time, there will be no more interruptions! Must die! I won't hold back. Here I come!
Meteor smash! It's no use!
Oh boy. Alright, before any of you guys rage, please let me explain why Silver wins. I'll first start by saying this outcome will only pertain to this circumstance, being the 2-year prep time Total War scenario. If there was another scenario that involved super forms and no prep time, there would have been a different outcome. Now that that's out of the way, let's talk about how Silver tactically beats Rosalina. In terms of speed, strength, and skill, Silver and Rosalina are both pretty much evenly matched. That is not where Silver tips the edge. What this really is a debate between space and time and telekinesis versus psychokinesis. The telekinesis versus psychokinesis debate has been going on ever since the ideas of the two powers were created, and it always ends on the same points. Telekinesis is really nothing more than an undervalued version of psychokinesis. Psychokinesis is far more efficient and far more reliable throughout any realm of fiction. The case for Silver works exactly the same. Silver's psychokinesis is mind only. Now the big question is, what about Rosalina's shields? Well, guess what? The shields are very powerful, but to physical attacks only. It's simple logic, people. Mind over matter. Silver's psychokinesis doesn't even have to go through the shields. If anyone knows how psychokinesis works, Silver could literally use it within the realm of the force field. He doesn't have to create an energy beam that goes through the force field. He can create one that's already inside the force field. Now the final debate, space versus time. Why on earth does time take the edge? Well, that answer relies within quantum physics. As we both know, space and time can technically be seen as illusions. All of Rosalina's powers adapt around the idea of manipulating space. That's through creating shields, force fields, working her telekinesis, and all of Silver's powers rely on the idea of adapting time. His psychokinesis is really more of a time manipulation power, as he uses it to not only move objects, but to freeze them. Time is an idea. Space is an entity. What I'm trying to say is there can be time without space, but there can't be space without time. In the end, this victory quantum physically has to go to Silver. Now, if you really believe in this specific circumstance that there could have been an alternate ending or some kind of misrepresentation, I will give you the chance to comment down below alternate reality. Now, since this is the final face-off and I am definitively giving the victory to Silver, if I am to ever create an alternate reality, it would really need a lot of your comments. So if this episode gets
Over 9,000!
alternate reality comments, I will consider re-looking what I have researched. But for now, the final face-off stands a Silver victory. Also, please comment down your ideas for future Cartoon Fight Club episodes. They may even become a future episode of Cartoon Fight Club. Stay tuned, because the next fighters are going to be revealed on the next episode of Cartoon Fight Club.
But it's time to end.